Welcome back. Uh, this video is about how we can add Maven to a Maven project, and then how we can add the dependency. Okay. So first of all, if you are using any IDE, whether it is IntelliJ, whether it is Eclipse, whether it is STS, you first have to create your project with Maven dependence, Maven, right? So you have to give the artifact ID, group ID, the project name and other details, so that it will create a default project, and then there will be a default dependencies added in the pom.xml. So when it comes to Maven, right, we deal with pom.xml, and that we have dependencies and other information inside it, the version, the scope, and other information. So basically, what you have to do is that in your favorite IDE, open a new project, create it with Maven. So let's say if you are going on Spring initialization, you will be able to select whether it is Gradle Maven project, right? And then you will select the Spring Boot version and other Java version over there, and then you add dependencies, right? Similar way, like you have to create your project, whatever it is, and then you have to edit the pom.xml, right? So whether it is on not a Spring Boot or any other, right, what you can do is that let's say for JUnit, right, if you want to add those dependencies, there are three to four sections separately, which you dependencies which you can separately edit one by one, which I've listed here. So you have to go to the maven repository.com. There you will see there is a search bar over there, and then you will be able to search with either JUnit, engine, JUnit, param, and API other related informations, right? So instead of adding manually, right, what you can do is that you can add the one which is an aggregator, which is like collaborative of all these three, and then you can use that. So I have given the link over here. If you see here, so you will be able to check that, right? So, and make a note that what happens is that uh, maven keeps on changing as and when, like if there is an update, let's say sudden changes in their repository locations, right? So you have to constantly keep on checking whether your repository is getting updated, and it is the dependencies are on the same server, and because ultimately what happens is that we ultimately download from the M1 repository, and it get locally stored in our machine, right? And then we try to compile and run those application. But ideally, it has been many times that based on the version, the dependencies, whatever it is, it might, the server is went down, or they have to move their dependencies to any other provider or service, right? The URL might change, or the path might change, right? So you need to ensure that you are using the latest, and you need to just keep tracking your in from and confirm with MV and repository. Next, if you inside that particular pom.xml, apart from adding this dependency, right, so there is one more section which has got dependency, which will add that surefire plugin. So we have to add in that particular plugin section, we need to add this particular this one param, this JUnit fire fire plugin, right? Sure, fire plugin. So what you have to do is that you have to go to this particular URL. As of now, when I searched it, this was the URL. But when you go to that MVN repository, search for Surefire for the JUnit, right? You will get that particular link over there, and you have to copy that particular section in the plugin section and add it. Once you add that, what you have to do is that you have to reload that, because ultimately it will not automatically detect it. Sometime it may detect or it may not detect, but it is better that you reload your project. It will re-download those project, and once you does that, only then you will be able to compile and test your test cases which are in the test folder. What happens if you don't write this your plugin, right? What happens, it will, your program will compile your the src folder, and other related code will compile, test and run, but ideally it will not execute any test cases which are there in the test folder. Even if you try to run, it will straight away show you that there are zero test cases executed. Okay, So make sure that you add this particular dependency in order to run the test cases. And then once you are, as I said, once you are done with adding the dependency, reload the project. You can see like all the dependencies download another. Hope you got this particular section and you are clear about it. Let's go to the next section.